1 minute. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Dead Truth Podcast. I'm Jimmy, of course. We got Casey and Mr. Dustin. They don't know how to talk for themselves. We
What's
got a big
going
special
on?
guest tonight,
I
Mr.
didn't.
Jericho.
I don't want to jump before any legends on the show. Ready to introduce myself. Jericho, Casey, you, Steve. I mean, it's just like, hey, when do you come in on that kind of group? You just don't do it.
That intro sounded like me in the morning brushing my teeth.
No doubt. No
It's pretty
doubt.
violent, man.
Seriously, though, welcome back, guys. And Jimmy, like you said, it is awesome to have Mr. Jericho here. By far a great musical talent, great human being. So we hope you guys enjoy him on the show. We're looking forward to learning a lot about you. And Jimmy, this is your boy.
Oh, yeah.
So you take this thing and we ride them coattails, and
Oh, yeah.
that's what's up.
Well, welcome, Mr. Jericho. I want to know, first of all, how did you get started in the music industry? How did you, when you were a little kid, I mean, what made you want to do music?
Man, I'll be honest with you. I never wanted to do music. I wanted to be a pro wrestler. And that was I had no plan B, right? And but as I was like 18, I felt like I was called into the ministry, and I went to Bible college, and got out of Bible college and went buck wild. Opposite of what you think would happen after Bible college. But I pretty much went buck wild for a while. Anyways, I just started rapping, messing around, and then just doing little contests here and there. And I was like, well, maybe, man, I could really try to do this. And I had just really went after it. And at one point in my life, I rededicated my life to the Lord and started doing music. And I got signed to Capitol and Dream. And it was far from a dream, that record, that record deal. And immediately I was like, man, this, I don't really want to be in this deal. And I got out of the deal. And then I met Danny. Actually, the same time I was getting that deal, I met Danny Boone that's been in Rehab, the founder of Rehab. And man, we just kicked it and was talking, and he was going through some things. I was going through some things, and we just became great friends. And long story short, I'm in the band Rehab now, and still doing music and still going at it, man.
Let me back up there. I got to know, your plan was pro wrestling. Who was your favorite wrestler back when you were doing this? What was that inspiration?
So I have stages of wrestlers. So at first, as a kid, it was Hulk Hogan, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then it went to Undertaker, and then it went to Stone Cold, and then it went to The Rock, and then I kind of got out of it for a while, but I still watch it all the time now.
I
All
got
legends.
Yeah.
So the little funny side story. So the only time I was a pretty good kid. Okay. The only time I really ever got in trouble was reenacting the DX, cross chop on the kitchen table. Excuse me, on the lunchroom table at the school. I may or may not be in a hospital. I'm not going to say for sure, but yeah, I might have done trouble for.
I'll tell you a funny story about wrestling. I was I can't remember, but it was when Kane was real big. Kane and the Undertaker, and we would have wrestling matches. I lived in a trailer park, and I went inside and grabbed a tube sock and lit it on fire like I was Kane, right? Well, I didn't want my mom to find it, so I just threw it on the roof and left. And when I got home that night, my mom comes through the trailer park, her and my two sisters, and my mom's got a belt in her hand, and the sock had caught on fire on the roof.
No.
And my mom beat me in front of all the trailer park kids. Yeah.
That's great.
That sounds like my mom and my mama's skin. My mama still chases me to the yard with the belt, even at 39. She and small little factors. Kane, of course, is his name just slipped my mind.
Jacobs.
Glenn Jacobs.
Glenn Jacobs. Right? Yeah.
And the mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee, which Steve and I work in sometimes, and it doesn't live too far from us. So yeah, small little factor.
Oh wow.
I've been in a couple Raws and SmackDowns.
No, wait, do you live in Knoxville? Oh yeah.
A little town called Elizabethton. It's about an hour and a half east of Knoxville.
Oh, okay. That's crazy. Okay.
We all the time doing work down that way, so yeah. I have a funny Kane story if I got time to tell it there. It won't take long, but you'll probably appreciate it. I can do it in 30 seconds, Jimmy. I can do it in 30 seconds. So,
all right.
So, I began my career doing a lot of insurance work, and I was doing insurance investigations. Sometimes you just can't make people happy, right? So I'm working. Kane is also, Mr. Jacobs is also a very successful insurance agent. Okay. So I'm on the phone with this one particular person. She keeps calling me. She's like, my agent's not happy with you. He wants to talk to you. I'm having this bad day. Okay. Well, at the time, I was feeling good about myself. I was working out. I was eating right, living right, taking my vitamins, doing the whole Hulk Hogan thing. I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to talk to nobody. Blah, blah, blah. Well, you're going to have to meet him. And I'm already in the mindset. I'm like, I'm going to get out of the car. I'm just going to be like, you know what? The heck with this person. And I roll up, and I'll be darned, there's who's standing there. And I'm like, you know what? I ain't getting out of the car. Ain't doing nothing, man. I know they came mad at me. Sit in my car. Ain't doing nothing.
That's funny.
Did you see his acceptance speech?
I did not. Did he wear the cane mask?
So last year when he won mayor of Knoxville again, he comes out for his acceptance speech, and he's got a guy that keeps interrupting him while he's thanking everybody, and he steps like in the background, puts on his cane mask, comes out, picks this guy, choke slams him to the table. In the middle of his acceptance speech. It was epic.
I got to get back to watching that.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy,
That's pretty funny.
Hey, I want to thank Chris Tillman while he's on here. He got us these shirts. Chris, we love you.
Yeah, those look amazing.
I gotta get them out in the mail for them. You were the man.
Germany.
Yep.
I got you.
Awesome.
Dustin, before we get back into Jericho, do you have any Walking Dead news this week?
I've got it, but I opened up the phone app too much. So once you talk to Mr. Jericho for a minute, and I'll pull some of that and write it down. So yeah,
no problem.
I want to focus on him, and then I'll hit that here maybe halfway through the show. How's that?
That's cool, man. Hey, Jericho, when I first met you, you was coming on tour one day. You just kind of walked in the shop on me. I didn't know who you were. And
Yeah.
What made you come down and wanting to see what all was going on? What made you want to do that?
Man, I'll tell you. So I'm a super nerd about seeing where movies were shot and things like that, TV shows. I just like that kind of stuff. But someone kept telling me about The Walking Dead, and I was like, I won't like it. I'm not into zombies and scary stuff. And they're like, no, man, you just got to watch the show. And I was like, for like 2 years, I was like, I just don't have no interest in it. They're like, please, man, watch it. And so I did, and it was like crack. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
You finish like 2 seasons in a week or something. And So I was like, oh man, I wonder where they shot that at. And I found out, and I went there, and I met, the nicest people in the world, and y'all were so kind to us. And I still have the bullet you gave me from the governor's gun. Yeah, man. So it was really cool, man, to see all the stuff and just see not only The Walking Dead, but other movies that were filmed there that I knew, Lawless and things like that. So it was super cool. And on top of that, to meet nice, down to earth people is really nice.
And I still extend that out. If you and Danny want to have like a private tour one day, just come down and let me know ahead of time, and we can work in there. I know Danny lives pretty close, so that's always doable. Yep.
He's in the old Warner Robins.
That include me.
Oh yeah.
On the private tour.
I mean, we can bring Dustin along, I guess.
The thing is like Jimmy's sweating right now. Casey, true or false? Jimmy's more red right now than he is in other podcasts, right?
He is red.
Yeah. I like my boy Jericho. I do. He's my boy. I ain't no doubt about it.
But see, so here's the thing. So Jimmy doesn't want me to fangirl. Okay, this is
what I'm scared of. I am scared. That's just my
whatever.
Jimmy doesn't want to fangirl Jericho. When Jimmy started taking me to filming, Jimmy this is literally a talk Jimmy and I had today. So Jimmy calls me on the phone like 19 times in a row, okay? I'm busy, I'm working, I'm like, what? So, man, I got to talk to you. I think something's really wrong. He's like, listen, so you remember back in the day when all this began? We started like going out and seeing people. I was like, yeah. He's like, you remember I had that talk with you about, kind of like acting right and living right and not really fangirling and stuff? I was like, yeah. He's like, don't do that tonight. I was like, I can't tell him how to play his music on repeat. And then I had this other man crush on Dan Boone and all this. I'm still heartbroken. He hasn't accepted my friend request yet. It's been like 58 weeks, I think.
Right,
so, yeah. But other than that.
Let's get this friend request. Okay, so Dustin asked me, he said, you know Jericho? I said, well, he came by the tour one day. Yeah, I know him. He goes, oh my God, dude. He said, he's friends with you. I said, yeah. He said, can I add him? I said, I don't care. And all of a sudden you accepted it, right? And he looked over. He said, Danny Boone's your friend too? I'm like, well, yeah, he is. He goes, I'm going to send him a friend request. Danny turned him down. I kid you not. He's like a woman. He literally act like a girl.
So let me 58 or 59 weeks since I sent it. I got to go back and kind of check that out and make sure.
So, not accepted. So let me explain to you about Danny. He'll say this. He's computer illiterate, right? And he don't understand. Like it kind of rolls. Whatever's whatever. And like our Facebook, our website, he don't do none of that. Now he does his personal Facebook, but I can guarantee you that he wasn't like, nah. He just probably accidentally.
I know that, you know that, but like I'm on his personal page and it breaks Dustin down like no tomorrow. It really does. he literally liked me. He really accepted my friends request because of you, and it was no more than that. And then all of a sudden, Dustin, he's brokenhearted. Look at him, his tongue sticking out. I'm just saying.
Still crying.
I got issues, but see, but there's the background of this, which Jericho would appreciate. Living in Tennessee, when I come to Georgia, I have to bring things with, like, I want to get in like that Georgia atmosphere. So I started listening to music of Georgia people, right? And that way, even when I'm home, I feel like I'm back in Georgia, which I consider home. And so, Danny Boone with those folks, And but it's not like one of those crazy stalker man crushes, but you know what I mean.
No, I get it. I'll tell you a funny story. Me and Danny were. This was before I was in rehab, but we went to Nashville to do some. I think he had to do a video, like a solo video, and I went with him. And on our way home, we stop at a random Red Lobster, and we're eating. And I always strike conversations with people, the waitress or waiter, where you from? Hey, And she said, I'm from so-and-so, Indiana or something. And she said, where you from? I said, Florida. And Danny said, Warner Robins. And she's like, my favorite band is from Warner Robins. And we said, who? And she's like, Rehab. She's like, oh my gosh, I would do anything to meet them. And we're sitting there, and I'm trying not to laugh. And I got my head down looking at the menu, but I'm like shaking because I'm trying not to laugh. And Danny's like, I heard they suck. And she's like, no, they're the best. And she's telling us all this, and she's like, they're on tour right now with Kid Rock, which was obviously not true. And so she walks away, and I was like, are you going to tell her? He's like, nah. Danny's like real humble and just down, like super down to earth. You would never expect him to act the way he does. He's just like, he don't care about none of that stuff. So I was like, dude, we got to tell her, man. It'll make her day. So another waiter came over and was like, hey, are y'all Rehab? And he's like, yeah. So it was pretty cool, man, to see that. It's pretty funny, man.
That's cool. That's cool.
That is cool.
So going back to the humble part, what I hear you saying is that there's a chance he may accept my friend request. Is that,
Oh, yes.
I'm
If he
just
don't
saying,
accept this
I'm
one,
pretty
send
sure
another
he
one
got his
46
phone
weeks
number.
later.
No, when you sing with me, but just saying, I mean, I love you. I got you. I'm just saying, I got to complete that whole trial.
While Dustin's going through his little crisis right now, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and move into something else. So, when you actually started doing this, I seen you had a picture with Head from Korn, man. How'd that little meeting go?
That was at the Dove Awards, and he kind of blew me off. The picture looked cool, but in reality, he kind of blew me off.
Oh, no.
Wow.
And, no, it's cool. I mean, I don't get tripped out over people like anymore. Like, because every time I want to meet someone, I'm always disappointed. So I get myself psyched up.
Wow.
And I'm not saying it was just, a lot of people there, this and that, but
Sure.
a picture looks cool, but there's always a story behind the picture. And it was like, I could tell he didn't really want to do the picture, but I talked him into it. And then I think he pretended to take my phone number down, and, and that was about the end of that.
This new solo single you have, I haven't heard it yet. I kind of want to hear it. Do you have it to hear? I mean, I know I don't
not
have
with
copyright.
me, I don't.
Of it. Not really. Okay.
No, I don't have it with me because I went to my neighbor's house because my internet is so terrible at our house, so I'm at my neighbor's house right now.
You're good, buddy. You're good.
What's the name of that new single?
It's Jericho, and it's called "The Storm Rolls On."
Okay.
All right, I'll look that up.
Cool.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that.
Get it going in here.
That's
Is that
awesome.
like on iTunes or Spotify or whatever?
Yeah,
music thing
Spotify,
is?
iTunes, yeah,
Nice.
anything like that.
Nice.
So guys, I'm challenging you as listeners to check out our boy, Mr. Jericho. Download this song, listen to it, give some great feedback. That's what I'm going to do as soon as this show's over.
Or even better, don't download it. Just put it on replay and stream it all night long.
Yeah.
I don't know about the music. I'm like a self-taught YouTube guitar guy, but yeah. Do what Jericho says. Don't listen to Dustin. Do what.
So
No, it's weird.
Go ahead.
I was just saying it's weird. The music business changes like every day. Now, like people are not really even buying songs online; they're streaming now, and they're encouraging you. Don't encourage people to buy. It's like what? Like I still want to have a vinyl record or a cassette tape. You know what I mean? Like it's weird, man.
Although what Steve's doing, Steve's already like on there. He's like, I got this. I'm checking it out right now. I got.
I'm gonna check it out. Does the streaming actually help y'all? Like, does Apple or Spotify track that, or?
Yeah, they do track it, but it's like musicians make the least amount of money. It's crazy. So if you get 1 million plays on YouTube, now this is not counting ad money. I'm just saying like 1 million plays. If there was no ads, you get $3,500.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it's
So do you
wild.
make more money off merch than you do the actual songs now?
Merch, shows, and then ads from YouTube and stuff like that, paid ads and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the paid ads are tricky too because I think it's like you got to listen to over half the ad for it to register. It's weird, man. They really got it figured out. Yeah. So,
Wow, that's
but
So
yeah, man.
basically,
But
YouTube or something of those ads pop up, and I'm like skipping it as soon as I can. I'm cheating
oh, dude,
somebody.
I'm a skipper, dude. Hardcore. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Cheating people out of money.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Casey, do you have any questions to ask Jericho?
No, I was gonna say I subscribe to Apple Music, so I'm definitely gonna check it out. And do you speaking of YouTube? Do you guys have a YouTube channel? Or
Rehab does. It's Rehab Music is the Rehab one, and I haven't. I'll have mine up soon, but I haven't really pushed mine so far.
nice.
So, when y'all went to Atlanta for that concert, I was kind of jealous. I'm not gonna lie. Dustin didn't come up. We didn't go. You met all those wrestlers, man, and I was like, wow.
No. How come Casey got asked if he had questions? I didn't get that.
I was gonna do that next. I was gonna do it
Jimmy,
next.
you like to ask if I got questions?
You making Jimmy red again?
It's all good. It's all good. I get
I'll
red no matter what.
First was really, so what's Danny Boone's phone number? I mean, just, for podcast purposes. I'm saying for the podcast, the fans.
See, that's
podcast.
exactly why I skipped him, Casey, right there.
Hey, I swear, if I gave it to you and you called him and you said, hey, Jericho gave me your number, he'd be like, okay, what's up, man?
Oh, wow.
That's how he is, dude. Yeah.
But funny thing, listen, don't let me act like it's like Danny Boone hour. But I got all love for you. Listen, I already got your phone number. I took it out Jimmy's phone. He just don't know it. I ain't got your number.
You sent me that phone number the first time, Jericho. I was like, that can't be a real number. I was like, what in the hell?
Yeah.
It was because I was like, Jimmy, my phone's, man. I'm like, can I get your phone real quick? Like, I got to call somebody. I ain't got to call nobody.
I don't ever call. I don't ever worry Jericho. I don't worry him. I let him do his thing. And I try to bring him less to go.
I've had his number now for like 2 years through. I don't know how long I've had it. I've never harassed him. Yeah.
I might have called Jericho once.
Yeah, you wouldn't harass me. I'm not like that. It's weird meeting because I don't consider myself to be famous, but you meet famous people and they're like, yeah, you got my number, and I'm like, and then you feel weird once you get it. Like, do I call? Do I text?
Right.
That's kind of exactly what I did.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
like,
Jericho's like, call
I
me
don't think like
sometime.
that,
I'm
though.
like, yeah, that's gonna happen.
All right, so real quick, our boy Chris Twellman wanted me to tell Jericho. He's like, hey, let Jericho know that we are actually developing a new streaming app in Germany with a better turnaround for the artist.
really? Okay.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. And
No, that sounds really nice.
Any fans got any questions for Jericho?
Still got one more.
Wow. Wait, I want to find out why Jimmy didn't come to that Atlanta show. I'm still trying to figure that out.
All right. Go ahead and talk, Steve. Go ahead and talk.
Jimmy act like this. I was like 22 hours away. And he's like on the wind. Like, hey, man. He's like, listen, you ain't ever going to believe this. He's like, we can go hang out with Jericho. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, when can you get here? I'm like, well, I mean, it's Wednesday. The show's Saturday. I got to book a plane ticket from Houston. I got to drive from where I'm staying at, which is basically gangland at the time, because I was working gang control for Homeland Security. And I'm like, well, I got to get cleared by the federal government, and then I got to get to after I get the plane ticket and then try to get there. It probably ain't going to work Wednesday night when you tell me this.
My question is, Steve would have went, and I know Casey would have went. Just saying. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
they all would have went.
I thought we want to go.
Yeah, exactly. They would have went.
Are there any shows in the works? Or
Let me tell y'all this. We have some shows in Florida coming up, and I don't think we have anything in Georgia right now, just with all this craziness. But I want to tell this real quick because I talk about meeting not so cool people. But let me tell you, man, I wanted to meet Chris Jericho so bad, but then I was like, man, I don't know if I really want to meet him. I don't want him to be like, a jerk or whatever. And dude, he was one of the nicest people I ever met in my life. And he was like, dude, if you need anything, come find me. Which now I don't know how he'd have been if I'd have tried to come find him and say, hey man, can you get me some Sprites in the green room? But as far as a person, man, I was like, wow, man, that was pretty cool, man. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool to hear.
Yeah.
So didn't you meet all the wrestlers that night when you're in Atlanta, though, right?
DDP came to the show,
Oh, nice.
and I feel like there was a few more that had come.
So
But
you like
yeah,
getting
man.
the candy store that night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
That's
pretty cool,
cool.
man. Yeah.
So have you
that's
tried
pretty
DDP yoga yet?
No, I've been trying to find a free version. Speaking of pirating pirating stuff. Speaking of skipping
think I
ads,
have-
I've been trying to.
There's a
That's
guy.
Buddy.
Yeah, if you watch the Jake the Snake Roberts, like the history of him, he goes into like his part of DDP yoga, how he was crippled, and then DDP
Yeah.
helped him walk in and all kinds of stuff. So
Yeah, I've seen that DDP stuff. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
Chris Jericho, he's down in Jacksonville now. I mean, I don't know if he lives there or nothing, but that AEW star or Elite, what is it?
Yeah, all elite.
Yeah, All Elite.
Wrestling.
That started
Yeah.
down in Jacksonville.
Hey,
Yeah,
Dustin, we
they're
have
filming
some
it.
fans asking questions.
Started that.
Yeah, some of the fans
Yes,
are asking
sir.
questions. You know, let them know what they are.
I got you. Let's see. Picture of that.
And then I'm gonna ask him another question.
Let's see. Jimmy didn't go because he's a. I got you, Miss Cindy Summer. I get it.
Yes, yeah, I agree with that too. I'm an old man. I'm a pop. That's what she said.
Emily Spear Holly that says, tell Jericho, Dan, and Emily say hello. Mr. Jericho and Emily Spear Holly says Dan and Emily say hello.
Oh, yes,
and
I know
Ms.
that.
Holly, yeah, they said
they're
shout out to you.
Cool.
they're pastors in Atlanta, actually.
Oh,
That's
nice.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So getting more into this, during when you were doing the Christian concerts, what made you decide to go with Danny instead of staying there?
I still do the Christian concerts mainly for like youth or juvenile facilities or things like that, and I just do it for free. I just whatever, you know what I mean, like
Oh, that's
just
awesome.
go to just do it. But I felt like, you know, a way to reach more people, and sometimes we get boxed into a small community of church, is the best way to reach people is go out to where they're at rather than just stay inside of a bubble. So that's really, it's always been my same focus is, but I just try to build relationships and meet people, love people, and, you know what I mean, not try to tell them everything they're doing wrong, because I still do a lot of stuff wrong. I'm still, you know, my life's still getting put together. So that's where I kind of got with that whole deal.
That's
awesome.
truly awesome, Jericho.
That is
yes.
great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I agree. When you did meet Danny, what did Danny say to get you to join Rehab?
Well, it was weird, man. So when I had got that record deal, I sent him, my buddy was like, dude, man, you ought to get Danny to do a song with you, because I'd mentioned it. And I hadn't heard, I didn't know even Rehab was really still touring or really too much was going on. I knew he was kind of starting to do a solo thing. And I just reached out and said, hey, man, what would you charge for a feature? And I got him on Twitter, which is really weird because he don't know how to work none of that stuff. and he put for you nothing. And I never met him, and I was like, okay, if this is real, call me. And I gave my number, and he called me, and he's like, what's up, man? And I was like, is this really Danny? He's like, yeah, dude, what's up? And I said, why would you do something for free? Why would you do something for free for me? He's like, man, I seen on your like Twitter handle that you said you love God, dude. He's like, it's free for you. And from that day forth, dude, like we just, yeah, man, it's really crazy, man.
That is awesome.
So,
Yeah.
That is truly awesome.
Man.
But I never thought I would be in the band Rehab. So Rehab kind of was just done, and everybody was doing their solo thing. And me and Danny did a side project called The Scrapes, and we weren't going to tour or nothing. We were just putting out a project, and we were in Nashville, and somebody's like, hey, I'll give y'all a budget if you call this Rehab. And Danny's like, do you care? I said, I don't care what we call it. You know what I mean? It don't matter to me. And then shows started getting booked and kind of just took off from there. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I remember when y'all was doing the Scrapes, and I actually kind of liked the video of you running around with that bear head on. I was like, what the hell? And I was like watching that, and all of a sudden the band changed, and I'm like, okay, I don't understand what's going on. And when you picked it back up, I was like, okay, I get it now. And I actually liked that song with the bear. I really did.
Yeah. Now that's actually a Rehab song, the Grizzly Bear.
Oh, the grizzly bear. Yeah, yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's a Rehab song. Actually, we made it a Rehab song, and but yeah, man, it's been cool, man. I've traveled and got to meet a lot of cool bands and a lot of cool people, man. Really cool, down to earth people everywhere you go, and that's been really cool, man.
Oh, just for the record, Jericho did invite us to that video shoot too, Baker. You didn't come for that
Yeah.
either. Just saying.
Man,
You didn't invite
this
us.
is
We were supposed
rough.
to be on that video
Man.
shoot. Yeah.
That's probably
Jimmy,
why
what
Danny
was-
turned you down. Your
I didn't
Facebook
get it.
friend request.
Yep, that's why he did it.
The truth is out.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing during them.
No, you
Well,
they were
to make
taking
sure-
they were needing big trucks. You have a big truck. That's what it was. Boom. Done.
Yeah,
That's
What
why
was
Danny
I-
didn't accept it right there.
yeah. Now we
You're
know.
red, Jim. Are you sure this is true? Because you're awful red right now.
Jericho, did you not invite us to the music video?
I definitely did, man.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
You see, though, I'm just saying, like, sometimes like Jericho would call me like, "Hey," or text me, "You invited?" I know Jimmy telling me the truth. I always assume Jimmy telling me the truth. I'm just trying to get out of trouble now. This is besides.
Hold on, just a second. Yeah, Danny, don't answer his friend request. He definitely didn't show up for that video. All right, man.
I'm gonna drink my Powerade now. Choking up here.
See, old Dustin thinks I'm blowing steam up his butt, but the truth was, I really had that on cue, man. Like, Jericho hooked me up, he's my boy.
Jimmy does stuff so nonchalant. Jimmy's like, "Hey, man." So yeah, Jericho called. You want me in a music video? Or like at least your truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the truth. I mean, I was not lying.
I'll call you back.
Hey, that's the worst. You want to be in that music video? Well, you just stand to the side. We'll just take a picture of your truck for a little bit. just lay down in the bed of your truck while we're filming this part.
It works. I can do that. I'll be having somebody grown about look at us in that video. So I'm laying in the
Dude, I gotta tell you, this is another funny story. It's kind of messed up, but I had a friend back in the day that looked just like Carrot Top, right? And we used to do extra work in Florida for like Disney and stuff. So we go to Disney to do like a commercial for Epcot for the new year, and they're getting everybody in their spaces, and they kept moving my friend out of the frame every time, and and he caught on pretty quick, and he wasn't digging that, but they were like, dude, we can't have Carrot Top in the Disney commercial.
Stuck out too much.
Yes,
That's
we
hilarious.
can. It will be epic. We can do that.
Yeah.
No, so
Holly was asking, when's the next time y'all gonna be in concert around Atlanta area?
I don't know, man. This COVID thing has really shook things up. And every year I've been to their church since I started doing the music, and I didn't go last year. Now this COVID thing has got everything messed up. But as soon as I find out, I'll make a post or something like that.
Nice.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
good deals.
You got any questions now, Dustin? I'm gonna let you unleash.
And I mean, yeah, because I want to know how my boy here. My man crush is growing here more on Jericho now. I mean, it was already hot. It's not hot. So my fangirl. So tell me, we started talking about we'd hit on The Walking Dead a little bit. Back on that for a moment. You said you didn't think you'd like the show. You didn't really, weren't really into zombies, and you would come down and tour and stuff. So what was the moment that finally captured you as a fan to be like, wow, I'm a Walking Dead fan now? And tell me kind of how that little journey went there for you.
Just, man, like the first 3 episodes, probably I knew that I was hooked. And yeah, I immediately got hooked. Now, I don't know if this is like most people, but so forever, dude, I know it sounds weird and impossible, but I didn't have, I've never really had cable television ever in my life. Never. I can't remember one time in my life that I've had cable television. So I would catch stuff on Netflix. So I started watching on Netflix, And then, dude, people on Facebook would spoil everything, dude.
Oh,
when the new
yeah.
season would come out, dude. And
Oh,
I would
yeah.
have to like just scroll real past if I saw a name that looked familiar.
Yep.
But I would go at it full pledge, and I would take a break for a little bit because I felt like if I was close to the season I was watching, they would spoil it for me. So I would take a break, come back, take a break, come back. And yeah, but my favorite character is Carol, man, believe it or not. That's my favorite.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
cool, man.
No, she's really evolved.
Yeah.
So, yeah, great character.
Yeah.
She's something else. You know, but at least on the spoiler thing though, man. At least like when you met Jimmy was kind of like my own little personal spoiler thing because I would like roll into Jordan's house. I was telling this last week. I don't know if you got to see the show last week. I'd roll in and like I'd hit George. You know, you get out, you like your buddy in a while. You expecting to get a big hug and everything. And Jimmy's like coming out of the house in the driveway, like, yeah, this is who died and this is who died. I'm going back to Tennessee. Heck with it. Don't have to be.
Yeah, I'm usually really careful when I answer the phone from Jim.
Yeah.
You might spoil something.
Spoiler alerts are terrible, man.
Because he knows it all. I mean, he's right there. He sees it all.
I don't even mean it.
You know what? Another show from Georgia I got hooked on is Stranger Things, man.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Good one.
Oh man.
Hey,
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of the Goonies.
Yes.
Yeah, just to let you know,
Very
they went back to the Piggly Wiggly where they found the Eggos at. So they actually went back this season. They just got done filming over there. Yeah, Stranger
That's
Things.
interesting. Good to know.
I keep up with them too.
This is one time I can't make fun of you because Steve.
Oh wow,
Steve
man.
knows what Stranger Things is. He's like, what's
Oh,
Stranger?
man.
Oh
I'm
snap,
not
Steve!
watching one episode.
Steve, go and get up, put your head down, walk out the room. We love you though.
No, Stranger Things is great.
We might have to have a man date. We have to watch Stranger Things.
All right, it's the state.
This weekend we're gonna binge watch.
No, I'm a super 80s fan, so I love anything kind of like that style. But I've been to that school a million times where I'm scared if I go again, they might report me.
Right.
Outside of school.
Be close to kids after that. So
Yeah,
I've been there
okay
a lot too, man. Don't feel bad. So me and you'll be on the same list. Because I keep going back to see.
Sir,
like,
it's okay.
Hey,
Like I would miss when they had like Hawkins on it or whatever. So I'd keep going back and I'd be like, maybe they got it this time. You know, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
they might have cameras up, and here I am hanging out at the school way too much.
hey, the legendary tour guide Miss Cindy.
Yeah, I
Sumner-
only went at nighttime.
Oh, okay. The legendary tour guide Cindy Sumner said we can do a Stranger Things tour with him if
Oh,
you
that
want
would
to.
be cool.
It'd be
What?
like under the radar, private tour. Yep.
Steve can come if he'll watch the show and know what we're talking
Hey,
about.
Hey, that's it. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Wait,
You can do a Stranger
wait,
Things
so-
tour.
Who is it that does it?
Me, well, I can help, but Cindy Sumner does The Walking Dead and Stranger Things.
Really?
Yours, yeah. She's great.
Yep.
Dude, I'm down. I'm down all the way for that.
Oh yeah. You hear that, Cindy? All right, go ahead, Mr. Dustin. I had to interrupt for that. Sorry, go ahead.
No. You
It's
good,
like I
you
took
good.
away your toy or something.
No, but I am going to tie in. This is where you know that I'm trying to be a better podcast person. I mean, I'm appreciative Jimmy just lets me come hang out. So I'm going to try to, spin this off. And Jericho, you get to tell me if I do good or bad. So going from Stranger Things, which is kind of, I'm going to not say space driven, but going more sci-fi, going into the Walking Dead news now. One of the biggest things this week for the Walking Dead news is that there was a reference in, The World Beyond, the new Walking Dead show, about all this possibly being from the zombie apocalypse, possibly being from a space spore, or spores from space, which is actually something Robert Kirkman has talked about. So how do y'all like the transition there? Stranger
That was
Things,
good. That was
sci-fi. Y'all like that, right? Okay. Props. Thumbs up on the little chat thing here for me. But now that's like one of the biggest Walking Dead news things that was referenced in the show. I have not watched that episode this week to tell you what exactly it said, but I saw that's something people are talking about because Kirkman, if you guys will remember, and for those of you listening that don't, when Kirkman was pitching this show, I mean, he went to some pretty big, groups like HBO and I forget who else. But basically, when he got to AMC, I think he was pitching everything as a zombie show, and he was finally like, well, it's actually about aliens. The show's about aliens, and the zombies start from the aliens and blah blah blah, and that's how. So now there's a reference to that in the current season of The World Beyond, which is pretty cool. They did focus as well. I saw this in an article. The three little rings that are now tying in Fear the Walking Dead, the helicopter that took Rick off, and now The World Beyond. That's The World Beyond is really focusing on those rings. So we feel like as fans, we're getting close to the community. We're going to learn more about them and maybe possibly learn where Rick is. And, keep in mind, Andy Lincoln's name did show up in the credits. Or in the whatever the casting credits or whatever it's called on IMDb for The World Beyond. So, but yeah, so that's not a lot of Walking Dead news specifically, but those two things were pretty big on that show. For The Walking Dead, I can talk about it maybe if Jimmy has caught up a little bit, knows what I'm talking about. Jimmy, where we at on Jericho? Every week we have to do a Jimmy ticker of where Jimmy's at on Fear the Walking Dead. Jimmy doesn't watch it.
I am still on the boat in season 2. And it's very difficult to get through that season.
Season 2 was rough.
I'll be honest with you, okay? I watched it. And the thing about it is, how does a walker get sucked up into the engine? Does he like run over like little like speed bumps when he's going through the ocean? How does that happen? I really want to know. That's when it got unrealistic. I'm like, you lost me. Right there, you lost me. It went in the engine. He got sucked in the engine. His arm was in there. I'm like, what in the hell is this?
They're not walkers anymore. They're swimmers.
Yeah, they're swimmers. They don't get eaten by sharks either.
It is highly probable that there was a zombie during the end of the world that had on rubber ducky floaties that was floating around somewhere at the beach and made it out that far. That is highly probable. That's probable.
Water wings.
I mean, exactly. It's probable. So
I'll be honest with you. It was probably Dustin on the way to the concert. What it was.
I don't know if y'all making fun now.
Yeah,
no,
Victoria on Facebook says season 2 gets better, and I do remember it getting better once they, spoiler alert, get back to land.
Oh yeah, like listen,
yeah,
Jimmy, get like the next 2 seasons and like where we are now. You won't hear me say this much. I'm going to be like, here's The Walking Dead in my life, but it's only here because of some of the older seasons, kind of like Jericho talking about the first 3 episodes being epic. Here's Fear the Walking Dead right now. Okay, it is that much tie-in, that much awesomeness. The action's there, the writing's impeccable. So I mean, it's up there. So get through that. But anyway, on my Fear the Walking Dead news. On my Fear the Walking Dead news, because you upset at the rubber ducky zombie. So for those listening that want to participate in the conversation and chat or anything, but there's some big stuff going down Fear the Walking Dead. I ain't gonna spoil anything. Maybe one of the main villains, kind of like the female Negan of the group right now where we're at, may or may not have gotten bit by a zombie. I don't know. So you got to go watch it. You can't tell Jimmy for sure because he ain't caught up. I'm going to leave it like
I'm catching up myself. I'm on season 5, but.
See, you realistic. You can catch up this year. Jimmy, you got the Black Friday. You got, no, that's like
Black Friday. You just passed next year, right?
You ain't caught up by Black Friday. I'm coming down. I'm buying a TV. One of these sales. We're going to sit at your driveway and we're going to watch it on repeat.
Well, as long as I get to keep the TV, come on down.
Hey, now are they still filming in Sonoy and all that stuff?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They're filming.
Wow.
They were filming something with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and the house they filmed at actually had the last name Smith on the outside of it. So speculation is that's his home. It could be his home. It could not be his home. It's definitely a house they did stop at. They're using his real wife as his actual wife. That was a backstory in the show. So whatever happened to Lucille, they're going to show now. So it's actually getting kind of exciting. Did you watch the last season with Beta and everything?
I have not.
It's actually, that was a really good season. They are actually catching back up to what they were. you did have a couple seasons where they did fall back, but the last season was a great season. So I would suggest kind of catching up with it. A lot of people that when Rick left the show, they kind of gave up on it, and I don't think they should have because you have a lot of stuff that's oncoming. So I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to get filled in, I can help you out with that. But for the most part, we're still trying to find Rick, and there's hints of Rick everywhere in this new world. And they have another show and everything. So they got 3 shows going all together, and they're all combining into one.
All right. Well, two things. So I got a buddy that's plays one of Negan's henchmen, Josh Turner. So shout out to Josh Turner. He's on the show.
We know Josh really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know Josh?
Yeah, I know Josh
If you
really well.
if you meet him once, you can't forget him, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My second thing is when you first started watching Walking Dead, did everybody do this? Like in your mind, you're like, well, I would have moved to this part of America or even Canada or done this or that. It's interesting how a show that's so well written, you think of all these ideas in your head and what you would have done differently. And yeah.
Oh yeah.
My question is, where would Jericho go then?
Well, I was wondering, like, if you went to the Arctic, I mean, could they really? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure
somewhere
we're talking
really
about walkers
cold.
that whittled their way up in a boat, so I'm pretty sure they could.
or just moved a little north of Georgia. You know what I mean? I know it's not supposed to be Georgia, but I'm saying, I don't know, somewhere where it's really cold. I just thought about that. I was like, I wonder how that would have worked.
Right.
See, and that's a fun topic. That is something we've not ever. That's a new weekly question we're going to ask.
Yeah, we should do
So I
that.
want to hear what you got. Yeah, Jimmy, we're going to start with you. We're going to go right around a little circle here
Jimmy,
because Jericho led us off. Where's Jimmy going to go in the zombie apocalypse?
Jimmy would go to Baker's house and eat up all his candy. Because when you go to Baker's house, I don't know if anybody's really been there besides Steve over here, but Baker's got a crap load of candy under all his drawers. Like, you pop open a drawer in his kitchen, he's got like 2 months worth of Snickers bars. You pop open another door, he's got like 3 months worth of like Lay's potato chips. You don't never know what you're gonna get.
That's awesome.
That's right.
We got a few ammo and guns to protect you and your Snickers bars. All right.
Yeah.
Casey, where's Casey going?
Where's Casey going? Well, I always liked the idea of the prison. I thought that was perfect. You got the fence, high fence. I like the idea of the cells, right? Me personally, I would either look for like a private island, like out. And it's funny. There was actually a HGTV show about that, and that's literally what the guy said when they were trying to buy the island. He's like, "Yeah, I want this island in case zombies walk or zombies show up." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Or like maybe kind of like where Jimmy we were watching in season 2 where they got that boat. I would think like a cruise ship or something would be a really cool place to hang out.
Yeah. It would start stinking after a while, though. You got to change out all the stuff.
Yeah. Steve, bring me home here. I love both of y'all's answers, but come on. Who's going to drive the cruise ship?
You don't have to drive the cruise. That would be Captain Casey, damn it. Casey would have the top hat and everything.
3 days of food on it. Steve, where you going in the apocalypse? Don't disappoint me here.
I'm going to Disneyland.
He's hanging out with me, Joe, don't lie.
You going to go to Disney World and hang out with Carrot Top?
Absolutely.
Side part.
Hey,
here's what Baker's going to do. Go ahead,
a theme
Jericho.
park might not be a theme park might not be a bad idea. It's closed in, especially Disney. You're not getting in there, buddy, unless they want you in there.
For
The
real.
thing about it, you don't realize about this sicko here. This dude, I love him, but he gonna have zombies on the roller coasters. Baker's gonna be at the room. There's gonna be a zombie behind me, strapped in, trying to grab it.
It'd be like a toy land.
Hang them up everywhere.
Yeah, he's gonna decorate with the pictures. I want to go fortify a Costco or a Sam's Club. Okay. I'm gonna go fortify a Costco or a Sam's Club. All right.
He just wants all the sneakers. That's all it is.
I got everything in there available. Okay. You've only got a few entrances. okay, to the store if you look at house design. Okay.
True.
Even if you lose power and everything, you got enough pallets in there to burn wood, stay warm. Okay,
Yep.
you ain't gonna power anything. So you got your cooking fuel to stay warm. You got everything you need is right there in that store, minus, you know, basically whatever type of weapons and stuff you may need. But if you fortify correctly, I got a feeling you got a good chance, you know, to have a good opportunity in there. You got big heavy steel roll up doors. So I'm going to the nearest Costco or Sam's. I'm locking that thing down.
But the only downfall to this question you got in the first 2 hours, where do you think everybody's going? They're going to raid that.
Right, it would be a high target.
It would be empty. I'm just saying, it really would.
Yeah, but I see them trying to load your car out during the days on Sunday, and they can't get the stuff in there. You don't leave half the stuff in the back in and get it, take it back inside.
Did you not watch the riots this summer? I mean, they were everywhere. Them places were cleaned out. I mean, they were.
Yeah.
You know, like one of the TVs.
And going back to Disney has an underground place. Did you know that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they have their own electricity.
Yeah. All
Got
those
maybe
Jericho-
Disney's the
Jericho
place to go.
wins it.
Disney might be the place to go.
Yeah, Jericho got it.
I like
The only problem is if it happened there would be 4 million people inside the park that are zombies.
Yeah.
to be loaded.
We're going to be creating zombie land going into Disney World.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Dustin, we got some fans telling us what they're going to do. Can you read some of that, buddy?
I sure can. Just let me scroll down right here. Let's see. Get in there, I promise. I got a lot of fierce stuff. If you see it, want to go ahead and call it out, go ahead, because we getting a lot of comments. Thank you guys so much for commenting, by the way.
It's real active.
Interacting with us. We love all you. I try to do the best job I can, shouting out everybody and responding to you. I do a very poor job at that, forgive me. But I love you guys. Jim, if you see something while I'm scrolling, I got our boy Abe here, Chris Twellman, a private island. He says he knows an island, he says he knows of an island, and there's an owner that recently died that owned the island, maybe in a New York prison. Got you there. I got you. I love it. That makes my night right there. That's epic.
I don't think he hung himself though.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No doubt. Yeah. And Chris had a question. He's like, stupid question, guys. A zombie horde, is it a super spreader event or a peaceful protest? That's kind of, you know.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Maybe both, Chris. You know, maybe both because they're having identity complexes. You know, they don't know. You know, what protesters. They're self-identifying.
I guess it depends on what state you're in.
Yeah. John Baker says go to Opryland Hotel and take the go-karts. I like that. We close to Opryland. We can get to Opryland.
There you go. That's doable.
I'll be honest with you, my idea don't sound that good anymore. By the time I get there, Dustin's gonna hate all everything. He's like, we're gonna die.
We plan to put zombies on the surfboards and stuff they got down there now.
Yep.
Yeah.
For more entertainment. But you know, Jimmy, the thing is, man, even when you get here, you know, me and Steve, we're gonna take you wherever we go. So even if we get all the stickers here,
you're gonna be gone. What are you talking about? Oh, your butt's gonna be gone.
we ain't gonna leave it that, bro. Jimmy's always welcome. We ain't gonna leave it that, Jimmy. Even though I will say though, even though I'll say this, I'm gonna say this. Jimmy's like, I'm gonna come to your house in zombie apocalypse. So you know, there may or may not have been this particular event.
Oh dear God.
And Jimmy was working. Jimmy busted his back, so I'm not taking nothing away. Me and Steve we hungry. Okay, like we are hungry. Like we were almost one of those Snickers commercials hungry. Like we're hungry. Yeah. We look around in the green, you know, we're looking around and we can't even find our own food. We look over there, Jimmy inside the green room. Jimmy like sidewalks on
I was in the green room. The thing was funny though.
Don't do us that way in the zombie apocalypse. Just throwing that at you.
Hey, look, I asked Jericho, I asked where the food was. He said on that table. I went over to get the food off that table, and the guy putting on the event's wife was like, "Don't eat that crap. You come in here and eat this." I'm like, I'd rather be in there anyway. So I was inside the green room at the campmate with all the celebrities and stuff.
Eating, wearing it out. They bring me and Dustin dinner that had been cooked like 6 hours earlier, and yeah, Jimmy's like, "Oh, my bad." Yeah,
I'm sitting there, and of course the food is great that they cook. We were too busy working to know we should have ate it 7 hours ago. At this point, Steve and I are like, hold on, this could be epic. This could be epic because we're at a zombie event, zombie show. We could theoretically be patient 0, the zombie apocalypse, patient 1 and 2, the zombie apocalypse, because of the food that had been sitting there for 9 hours. So we were, it could have all tied in nicely. Meanwhile, Jimmy was okay.
Yeah.
Hey, to be honest with you, they had these wraps that they actually use celery and they had meat in them. Those things are awesome. I don't know what they were, but they were awesome.
Jacob's Table and Sonoy, guys. I don't care. Listen, Jules and Brian could put peanut butter on a napkin and sprinkle it with something. And
it was delicious. I'm not playing.
Yeah, it was very good.
Anybody at Sonoy, go to Jacob's Table. Mention us, mention the podcast. They'll take good care of you.
Absolutely.
But it's phenomenal food. So yeah,
great food.
Yeah. So I didn't get to sample everything like Jimmy did. So I'm taking Jimmy's word, but I made enough.
Hey, I did sample everything. Just to let you know, I did. I tried everything.
I've had a small.
I walked in there and they're like, "Get anything you want," and I'm like, "This is a challenge."
This is the funny thing. Like, she takes good care of her people. I mean, like just like she does her customers. It's like you walk in, like, get anything you want, and there's like this aisle of food. And you're like, what the hell do I do with it? Do I eat it? Do I look at it? I want to try one of everything because it looks good. So I feel your pain.
It's somewhere between food and art.
Yep.
So,
yeah, it's really good.
So, Mr. Jericho, if anybody want to listen to your music, where can I get it at?
2 different places. So you can go to Jericho, and I'm on Spotify. There's a couple Jerichos. I have dreadlocks. I think I'm the only one with dreadlocks. But the white guy with dreadlocks. But Jericho, and on iTunes, Jericho. The new song is called "The Storm Rolls On." And then we did a Rehab album. There he goes. He's posting it right now. Rehab album called Galaga, and it's got a bunch of cool stuff on there, man. And I'm just having fun, man. Hey, how far are you from Morristown, Tennessee?
Me, 30 minutes.
So next weekend, I'm in a wrestling angle up there. You coming to it?
No way.
There you go.
We can do that.
Hey, if he don't show up, y'all,
he's done. It's getting deleted. It's getting deleted.
Tell me the date right now. Tell me the date right now. Right down.
I think it's the 21st.
21st.
That's this weekend.
Instead of going forward with Danny Boone, you're going backwards, my friend.
21st is this weekend, right? So like, we're talking about like 5 days from now. 4 days.
5 days.
21st. Okay.
That's awesome.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
some sponsors we got. AutoWrapsPlus.com. Hold on one second. You got to thank the sponsors, AutoWrapsPlus.com. Any stickers you want from there, including ours, just go check them out. Abraham's Army, of course, The Walking Dead Harrelson, the Water Tower Tour. Am I missing anything, guys?
No, that sounds like it right there.
Yep. Everything you want to do Walking Dead related, get a hold of Water Tower Tours, Harrelson, Georgia, and Abraham's Army. They will hook you up, especially Abraham's Army and the Water Tower Tour and all Harrelson combined. Just do a little threesome right there. All right, Mr. Jericho. It's been a pleasure.
Now,
man.
are you still doing the tours?
Yes, I am. You need to hook up.
Which one are you at?
I'm at Harrelson still.
Okay. All right.
I'm in Harrelson. Well, I do it mainly on the weekends now. If you want to, just send me a private message. Cindy did say she hooked you up with the Stranger Things. So
man, I'm all about that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Mr. Steve, I ain't heard you talk all things. You want to say something before we leave from here, buddy?
I think he's talking to you, and I was totally interrupting you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Mr. Steve, you got any questions for Mr. Jericho while he's here, sir?
Where is your event going to be Saturday?
In Morristown, Tennessee, at the I think like the rec center or something like that.
Nice.
I
The
will
wrestling
Google
company.
it, message you if I can't find it. How's that?
Yeah. It's called Total Psychopathic Wrestling. It sounds like a
Nice.
family show. Family show. Come on now.
Wow.
That is awesome.
What
Wow.
the chances of getting you to choke slam Baker in the middle of the ring? I mean, we need to make that thing.
I don't think
I
he
don't
would
think
try
I
to
have
fight
that
back, man.
I don't think. Yeah. I don't. That was a good one. I don't think I have enough pull right now to be able to do that.
Wally's wearing his podcast T-shirt.
That's right. It's all for the fans, baby.
All for
It's
the
all
fans.
for the
We
fans.
love you guys, and thank you, Jericho, for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you,
Man,
Jericho.
thank y'all,
It was a
dude.
Pleasure.
You're the man. You want to
Thank
do this
y'all.
anytime with you and Danny? You're more than welcome to do it. Y'all can do it as
Okay.
a twosome, or if you want to come on here alone again, we can just hang out with you for another hour. I'm good with that. Everybody
All right,
else, we
sounds
love
good to
you.
me.
Yep, we love everybody. Y'all have a great night. Until next time.
All right, thanks everyone.
That's a good one, guys.
Man, that was good. That was real good.
Where Jericho
This is a good
disappeared.
show.
And we wrapped it up. And we